the night, the city lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak of wishing upon a star. This time I'm feeling stronger, and I know I can do better. The shadows causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the light. We're gonna light it up, oh, light it up, ooh, light it up, causing an outbreak. I'm turning the lights on. Open your eyes and see the people chanting.
Wonder too, because you saw him wrestling Boy Wonder away from the lane and preventing him from getting a good shot lined up. Benny ends up losing the ball here. It's a long clear straight back to Gray, who chases it down. That's in a dangerous spot, but Dooober gets it. All right, Geo goes for it, gets it up into the air. That's sent down, centered for Gray. Gray doesn't have a lot of power to get that into a real shot, though. Geo sends it back, redirects it, sets it up for Boy Wonder, who has no boost himself, and daysil has to reach for it. Manages to get it out of his corner. He's losing it in the 50, gets it by one, sends it into the sidewall, right down to Geo. A beautiful placement, but can they do anything with it as they set it up for Boy Wonder?
Boy Wonder not quite going to get the touch he was looking for. Passes back off to daysil before getting demoed here. daysil going to bump off the Sloths shooter there. Geo going to dribble it around, just misses it, sends it off the sidebar there.
Those crossbar and post hits hurt so much. I feel like they actually make the hitboxes bigger than they visually appear to be, because it feels like if it's in doubt, it's always going to hit the dang bar. And right now, Boy Wonder is trying to get it around. He's setting this up for Geo, but there's two defenders in the way. daysil loses the ball. That's straight in. Boy Wonder has no boost to make that save. I think if he has boost here, look at the shot. Gray sends it over one defender. Boy Wonder's actually in the correct place, but he doesn't have boost to move fast enough to make that save. Either he rotates more towards back post, or he makes sure he has boost in the tank, and that's a save.
Yeah, I think Boy Wonder could have been maybe a little bit further back there to get it. Oh, Geo going to send that one just a little bit high. daysil, though, gets that one stalled out. Gray going to bat it away. Boy Wonder going to look to keep this one in play for the Hellhounds, but going to get shot here. Sends it off the ceiling. Dooober up in the air, going to intercept. Benny with a shot. Gio probably with a save here. Benny keeps it centered up. Gray gets it by.
Absolute perfection on this. Benny sends it down, and this changes the eye levels as he pings it off the crossbar. daysil went for that first attempt and is forced to jump straight back up again, and that is not only mechanically hard to do, it's mentally taxing. They're getting in the other team's heads.
You know, that's something that a lot of people don't talk about with the Rocket League mechanics. You hear about macro, you hear about micro, but you don't really hear about those meso mechanics. Reading your opponent, getting in their head, finding out what they're trying to do. And, you know, we see the Sloths are seeing Gray in particular doing a pretty good job of that.
Gray forced to reverse back into it. Daisy goes for it. daysil sets it up for Gio, goes off the corner, and no one's really in a good position to follow that up. daysil goes up for it again, sets it up for boywunder. Gio goes for the third touch, but he's beaten to it. Benny sends it along. That's another open net. Hellhounds have to stop doing this or they're headed to the pound.
Yeah, Sloths really showing that more dominant performance. They came in as the favored team here. Hellhounds going to have to figure out a way to navigate through this offensive pressure coming in from Gray, from the Sloths, and they're going to need to start having a bit more solid defensive rotations here.
Yeah, and you see this already. daysil goes for the challenge. There was another defender already beaten out on it. Gio's forced to save it. That's a very bad touch on it. Dooober is free to go for it again. Gio tries to send it off the wall, gets it by Dooober. daysil goes for it again. Benny's going for it. Dooober, also Gray, sends it up. I'm sorry, I had a bit of lag there. I had a hard time reading gamer tags. boywunder goes for it. He gets it by one. Gray sends it up. Gio sends it up. That's a little too high. Easily cleared away by Dooober. Nobody is back. Right now, daysil goes for it. The second touch on it screws up the save, messes with the trajectory. The pass attempt to boywunder fails outright. boywunder eats a demo outright for it, and Benny just has so much real estate to go for, but it goes over him and another attacker.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to say Hellhounds are putting up, you know, a bit of decent pressure, but until that shot just then, Gray had as many shots as the rest of their team combined, and that's just, you know, as we were talking, Gray just seems to be reading their every play, seeing their every move, and being where they're just not wanting him to be.
And you see that these are being set up and centered for Hellhounds to take shots, but nobody's really in good positions to support. And right there, you see another wide open net. Dooober goes for it easily. Gray sends it down. Another pass straight to Benny. And boywunder needs to be in a better position for that. Needs to have already been closer to back post. And the team coordination just seems so much better for Sloths right now.
Yeah, coming in as the favorites here. We see this a lot down in AMI, where people go for that corner boost instead of going to that back post when it's really critical to be there.
Yeah, but this is elite.
Yeah, well, you'll see it happen at all stages of the play. That corner boost gets real shiny every now and then, especially when you're being boost starved. You sit there with zero boost for so long, and you just feel like you have no other choice. You have to go get it at some point.
Yeah, and that some point usually ends up biting you, much like the Hellhounds, who are in danger of a visit from animal control if Sloths keeps playing like this, because it feels like Sloths was firing on all cylinders and could do no wrong. And they actually managed to rack up 11 shots.
11 shots between the three of them. 5 coming in from Gray, 5 from Benny. Those are the two you're going to want to keep your eye on. Those two playing very well together. 3 assists between the two of them. As well as 7 saves. My word. Absolute all-star performance.
Sloths were clearly coordinating and communicating better, because it felt like they were doing a lot of tight passing plays. They were doing a lot of ball movement and coordination. And every time Hellhounds centered the ball or started getting near net, it seemed like Sloths had every car in a good position to receive.
Sorry, reading the chat here. Looks like there's maybe some confusion about a player changing their name. Not sure if we're waiting on confirmation to
I'm not
engage
seeing
on.
any such thing. Are you looking at the right chat?
Oh, in the in-game chat, sorry.
I see.
But we'll see. Looks like they're going into the next match. Should be able to sweep that one under the rug here.
That's certainly Hellhounds' hopes. What do you think Hellhounds can do differently here? What's their best shot at getting on the board? Right now, they're already looking good with that demo on Benny.
I was going to say that is one thing they can be doing here. A few more demos coming through on particularly Gray and Benny. That's what I would like to see. I think that'll open up a lot more opportunities, and maybe just a bit more defensive rotation, right? We've been seeing these third man positioning has been a little bit questionable. We've seen a lot of nets that are just unprotected coming out there from the Hellhounds. So just making sure that third man is in a position to defend before. Oh, and we see a nice passing play there.
That's exactly what we were talking about. They carved through the defense here. Geo sends this up. daysil just immediately gets it off their bumper, and everyone had already pressed up. Benny's the only one even trying to come back for this play. Everyone is really just trying to get a redo of last game, where that incredibly aggressive start started really racking up early points for Sloth.
Yeah, we'll see another one coming through. Not quite. Gray gonna get the demo here. daysil's shot goes just wide. Gray now taking it down for the Sloths. Gonna pass that one off to Dooober, but daysil gonna intercept. Gonna send this one off the backboard. Gonna look for the double. Doesn't get it. Geo gonna keep this play going. Benny looking to intercept. A flip reset. What a save by Benny.
Benny doing a great job clearing that one away. daysil gets it upwards again, though. You've got two cars reaching for it. That Benny gets to clear away straight to boywunder, who's trying to set something up for Geo here. Not really able to get it, though. You've got to pile up towards corner, and the breakaway is happening right now. That's going high. Gray gets it, but boywunder stretches for the save. boywunder goes after it. That's going again. daysil in net. No need for it as that goes high and wide. Sends it up, but that's straight to Dooober, and Dooober gets it in.
You know, they were doing so well there for so long. daysil here, though, just not quite the touch he was looking for. A little too weak on that clear. Dooober in the right spot to clean that one up for the Sloths. Ties that game up. We'll see if they're able to keep that momentum up or if the Hellhounds are able to strike again.
Already a fast start, getting it right to Dooober, who creates the aerial threat on the backboard, but the fast breakaway's happening. boywunder goes for it, loses the ball to Gray. daysil's right there. That's not going anywhere near net. Dooober clears it away, gets it to Gray. That's then sends it into the corner. Benny goes for the big boost, gets it off the wall, loses it to daysil. That's a long clear, just wide. Could have been two. Right now, boywunder's trying to set something up. Geo peels back. No one's really following up for that shot, and Gray goes for it. Goes up, Geo takes it. Geo stretches up, takes it away. That's going up along the wall. daysil has no boost and no shooting angle to try to make that early contest. And Geo is trying to get through multiple defenders. This is really looking like Sloths are trying to pin them down at the goal mouth. As you see, any fast break attempt is just getting quickly quashed.
Yeah, but we see a lot more life coming out of Hellhounds this time around.
Yeah,
A
much
lot
more.
stronger defense. A lot stronger defense. They're playing back, like we said. We having a lot better defensive positioning, and that is working wonders for them, keeping this game in striking distance. By this time, I think they were already down 3-0 in the last game, and what a change from the first two games.
Absolutely, they've really sharpened up their rotations and their coordination. boywunder steals the ball. Dooober forces a deflect. boywunder's demoed, going for it. daysil has a look. Do they get the shot? No. Does Geo? No. Does daysil again? No. And the ball just does not want to go in Sloth's net.
Yeah, strong offensive pressure there from the Hellhounds, though. Going to look to get another play going in. A nice bump there coming through. Going to get centered up here. Dooober, not the touch he was looking for. daysil passes it back centered. boywunder not quite able to make the contact he was looking for. daysil back to defend. Off the back wall, Geo going to send this one to the corner. daysil should take this for the Hellhounds. Starts the offensive drive here. But Benny gonna intercept here. He's up in the air. boywunder on the back wall. Geo gonna come out of nowhere to save that one away. Dooober with a nice little double.
Force all 3 cars into the goal, though, and that is not a good look, especially because Sloths have been executing a strategy of keeping Hellhounds pent in. boywunder's going for the fast break now, loses the ball almost immediately, and Benny and Gray slam that home to go on ahead. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's stripped from boywunder. Geo goes backwards for it. He has no boost, neither does daysil, who rushed back and is facing the goal directly. That's no angle to really contest that kind of double shot.
Yeah, no, very well played there by the Sloths. Take the lead with just 40 seconds left. That's going to be a tough one to come back from mentally from the Hellhounds, but we'll see what they can do. Geo with a nice pass here. Dooober going to block that one away.
Yeah, that little bump in the middle of Geo's shot is why that doesn't go in. He actually gets hit in midfield on the undercarriage of his car, and it forces his angle off, and that shot ends up going wide. Geo has another look, so does boywunder, and Geo is the one who seals the deal, so is boywunder. There was a bit of crossover there going on, sends it back to boywunder, and the failed challenge is already there, and you actually see that Dooober underreacts. He seems to get the timing wrong. He's probably expecting Geo to go for the shot instead of boywunder.
Yeah, it's a hard one to defend. boywunder sends that to the left. Geo sends it back to the right, and then boywunder finishes it back to the left. And, you know, he's just left in net, not knowing which way he has to defend this shot from.
Yeah, and we are having our first overtime of the night, everybody. And this, I think, is a bit of a must-win for Hellhounds because they are already, on paper, the worst team. They're already the underdog.
And there it is! What a shot!
Wonder. Yes, what a shot. Just an immediate ISO play. Beats 2 defenders clean. And I think he actually fakes out Gray there.
Yeah, a beautiful touch there, getting that flip reset on the fake even to get that overtime goal. What a play there by boywunder, coming up huge for Hellhounds in this game number 2.
Yeah, absolute huge win for Hellhounds here because Sloths were looking incredibly dominant for huge stretches of the first half of the series. This is the kind of win that you need, especially when on paper you're the worst team, because it shows you that you can play here and that you are in this. And conversely for Sloths, I think this is going to come as a bit of a surprise to them. I'm interested in seeing how well they adapt.
Yeah, we'll see what adaptations they can make. I think we want to see Hellhounds maintain those defensive rotations. They had a very solid defense here, coming out with 6 saves to 4. Being able to match that pressure from Gray, from Benny, getting a couple of demos. I'd like to see a little bit more aggression coming out from that Hellhound side. You know, get a few more bites out. Just a couple of demos there. Gray coming out with 3. I think if they can up their demo game and maintain that defensive positioning, they actually have a shot here to take the series.
Striking that balance is going to be a key thing, though, because we saw in the first game that Hellhounds seemed incredibly aggressive at long stretches, and what it was mostly doing was leaving wide open backfield and open nets. Dooober immediately follows up, gets his own pass. He tries to set that up, but Benny, the intended recipient, gets demoed. This is exactly what you were talking about. Gray's forced to double back, so is Benny. Benny loses it on the wall. Right now, Gray gets it long, gets it cleared away, gets it down to Dooober, who's getting the breakaway, facing down boywunder. boywunder clears it. There's no one really there to go into his second touch, though. Right now, you see Geo go for it, and it's right over him, but boywunder eats a demo. Also gets demoed by Benny. They both demo each other in the middle of the field. Brief 2-on-2 there. Benny tries to make something happen. Can't get by boywunder, who I feel like I pointed the spotlight at him pre-match for a reason. Absolutely the mechanical heart of his team right now.
For sure. boywunder coming in, saving the day for the Hellhounds. Just an absolute menace for this Sloths team. Coming up huge, particularly encountering Benny, who was such a star in that game number 1 between him and Gray. So boywunder doing whatever he can to keep them. Oh, and a double demo coming through Not going to be able to
you asked for demo.
capitalize. I did say I wanted some demos. daysil going to pass this one off to Geo. Geo not able to get up in time. The pass goes just wide. Gray now in a 1v1 here. Looking to fake out boywunder. Gets it set up. daysil going to pop this one over Benny.
I see the thinking there for sure, and Gray ends up with it, gets bumped by boywunder, almost gets in Benny's way and saves his own shot. Benny sends it back down, an infield pass attempt. boywunder goes for it, Dooober sends it up, daysil's already there. A demo from boywunder, another one. They really must have been listening to you, Beast, because it's demo after demo after demo. Benny goes for it, but there's no shooting that.
And a breakaway here, boywunder going to take this wide, sends it back. Dooober going to clear it away. A missed opportunity there for the Hellhounds.
I'm amazed the game didn't register that as a shot and a save because it was within whiskers of going in. Dooober clearing that away is why it doesn't go in. That was a tough angle, but it was absolutely there. daysil tries to get the ball. This is a pile up in front of net, and Dooober ekes it in over a defender's bumper, and that is a heck of a way to give up first blood here. Look how Gray sets this up for him.
Beautiful play there coming out. Nice coordination from that Sloths team. We've seen them in that game one. It looks like they're getting back into form here. And we'll see if they can keep that pressure going. But daysil going to take this one off the wall. It's going up here for Hellhounds. Hellhounds.
Oh, that's... Oh, beautiful setup to hand it right off to boywunder. Look how Geo draws the defenders to him here. He goes into the corner. Benny's right there. Goes for the 50. Tries to ground pinch it away. And boywunder is in a perfect spot to take advantage of it. That is the kind of coordination I've been saying I want to see from them.
Yeah, and, you know, this is what I was saying their win condition was. Oh, thought that one was going to be a kickoff goal there. Could not see Geo's nameplate. Dooober slots it in. We'll see how this one plays out. Geo gets the clear. Benny pinches that off to the side, and Dooober is just right there in the wings waiting.
I'm noticing Hellhounds relying a lot on long clears and booms, and sometimes little soft bumps if they don't have boost. I think they might want to start being closer to the ball, because it seems like a lot of the time they are effectively passing straight to someone on Sloths.
Yeah, Sloths doing a pretty good job adapting to this play style here, forcing some of these long clears with their positioning and their really good solid challenges coming out from this roster.
Yeah,
and a nice demo coming through.
Oh my goodness, just dunks on them. He takes this nearly coast to coast, and the only one really near enough to go for it is boywunder until he gets demoed by Dooober, and that is just perfect coordination. Dooober and Benny have been a good unit thus far.
Yeah, see, and there's the problem with giving advice to... Oh, Benny with a beautiful save.
Yeah, he barely gets there in time, smacks it right into the post to get it away. An absolutely wonderful save there. Oh, that's dangerous. Two defenders miss it. Benny almost sends it into his own net to get it back in the fast break. Goes past one defender. Can he get past another? No, that is stopped. Geo gets his car on it. Dooober tries to stop it, not really able to get there. Gray wins the aerial 50, sets it up for Dooober. Benny backs off. He's looking for a pass to him. boywunder tries to prevent it, and really this is on Hellhounds to make something happen here. They're running out of time to score 2 goals.
Yeah, just a minute left on the clock. There's the warning, but there is still plenty of time. We can see a shot here. Gonna go high off the crossbar. Heartbreaking there for the Hellhounds.
boywunder almost has a good continuation though, and you can see how he ends up sending it skidding away instead of knocking it in. And that's the kind of play that you have to avoid getting into your head, because once it gets into your head, you have the centipede problem where you're thinking too hard about what you're doing and you can't do it anymore. And 30 seconds for 2 goals is not a lot of time. They need to make something happen now.
And they need to make it happen quick. Here we'll see the offensive drive. Gray gonna interrupt it, not wanting to let anything happen. They have 2 defenders back. Need to get some of those cleared away if we want something to make something to go down.
A lot of this is credit to Benny, too, because several times now we're seeing things that would be easy goals for Hellhounds if he was not there. You see him play off the wall just now as a case in point, and we are now going into game 4. The best Hellhounds can hope for now is tying it up. And against a team that is this much stronger statistically on paper, that's a pretty good result.
You know, I'm very happy with the way the Hellhounds have been playing here. They've kept these games pretty close. They took one off the Sloths despite being the underdog here. We'll see if they're able to bring it back in game number 2. But just look at that, Benny. Absolute monster coming in here for the Sloths. 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 saves. He got the cycle. He's just everywhere on the field. Boy Wonder is going to be the one to match if Hellhounds have a chance. Oh, sub coming in for Hellhounds. We'll see who's going to be swapping out.
That's an interesting choice. I don't blame them at this juncture. This is a key point. If you're going to sub anybody, it might as well be now. And it feels like Boy Wunder, his back's got to start to hurt because he's really been carrying this Hellhounds team. He's worked well with Geo a bit, but it feels like a lot of this is coming down to if Boy Wunder can outplay the attack. And sometimes he just can't. I wouldn't be surprised to see Motion Aqua coming in. I was talking about how even though he's only had a few games with Hellhounds, he's looked good in those games.
Yeah, we'll see if that roster change is enough to overcome or the momentum that they lost in that game number 3. Motion Aqua going to hit the field, and let's hope. If you're a Hellhounds fan, you'll have to hope that that is going to be good enough.
Yeah,
see how
Geo
this
swapping out for him. We'll see how well that works out. Benny goes for it. Motion Aqua immediately there with the kickoff. Sends it up. He's setting that up. Boy Wunder doesn't have any opportunity. daysil backflips a little to get it. Gets bumped out of the way for their trouble. Boy Wunder in a one-on-one. Gets it off the roof of the car. Sends it long. Sends it off the wall. Tries to send it down for Motion Aqua. Benny gets it, though. He's been there again and again. He was only credited with 2 official saves, but it felt like anytime anything happened, he was there. And Boy Wunder strikes first, strikes hard, no mercy, not even 30 seconds in. Look how daysil sets this up.
A beautiful pass there. Gets it by 2 defenders with that pass. Sets it up beautifully. Boy Wonder left with a wide open net there. Here's the kick. daysil going to win initially, but Benny will take it immediately after on the cheat. Benny going to look to take this one from the corner. Passes it off to Dooober. Shot going to go wide, but Benny has another chance here. Going to look to get this one. Boy Wonder with the save.
Yeah, Boy Wonder's doing great at getting in there. daysil goes for it. Boy Wonder tries it again, loses it to Gray again. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened to me there. Had a bit of a stroke or something for a second. daysil sends it up. Gray is going for it. He's wanting to send it down for Dooober, but there's already 2 cars in the way who end up in a pile-up. Dooober shoves them into each other. Boy Wunder sends it up. daysil set up, saves it. Boy Wunder knocks it down. Motion Aqua gets it in.
What a wonderful sequence of plays there. I think everybody touched the ball at least once in this play. What an absolute monster.
I like the presence of mind from Boy Wunder. He doesn't abandon the play. He sees that he has an opportunity to knock it back into a shootable position and takes it before he rotates back. That is great field awareness.
Well, I have to say, I think this Motion Aqua pick has been the ticket. Although I say that, Gray going to come out with a kickoff goal there.
Yeah, and that is such a nasty one in that little pixel border. daysil's the only one in a really good position, but you see here, Boy Wunder actually gets an own goal here because there's just no real savable way to do that. You almost have to be behind it in net and knock it out at that point, and no one's really positioned well for that.
Yeah, Boy Wonder could be looking to save a little bit of time there. We'll see if that second ends up being important in this game 4.
It could be. At this point, Hellhounds need everything they can get. daysil ends up backpassing it to Boy Wunder. Doober's watching for it. Clears it away. No one's really in a position, though. Gray was, in theory, meant for that one. Can't get to it. daysil sends it up. That's sent back, though. Right back to Gray. boywunder going for it. Shadow defending. Doesn't win the 50 though. Doesn't win the one-on-one. Carries it up the wall. He's looking for his team. That is sent away. You see Emotion Aqua stretch for it. He's left in the backfield. daysil gets it off backboard. Sends it for a boywunder. Dooober's doing a great job of getting in the way of these fast breaks though, you're noticing.
Yeah, Dooober being an excellent thorn in the side of the Hellhounds here on that defense. He is doing a really good job holding the line. Hasn't been credited with any saves yet, but don't let that fool you. His defensive performance has been absolutely solid in this game.
Oh,
I
my
thought
goodness.
that demo was going to lead to a goal there.
Almost. boywunder really had to stretch to get a hand up for that. And he bumps one of his own teammates out of the way. daysil gets the kill, though. And 2:25 left is a lot of time to equalize this. But look at this. boywunder, yeah, you see the team bump there, but it sets it up perfectly for daysil to come up, and every defender is in front of daysil.
Yeah, it turns out boywunder was passing daysil to the pass that he was going to pass the ball for.
Hey, sometimes Rocket League's about how well you can improvise and adapt and overcome, and that is certainly what happened on that play.
boywunder with an excellent shot there. Gray gonna get it centered up here, not able to capitalize there from the Sloths. boywunder gonna get it centered now for the Hellhounds, having an excellent game 4 here. boywunder gonna look to take this one, wins the 50, only one back. Benny gonna be able to get that one back slotted away. Motion Aqua, though, coming up from the mid. boywunder passes it up to daysil. daysil passes it off to Motion Aqua. Aqua going to go off the crossbar. Dooober credited with the save there.
Yeah, and Dooober has been doing an excellent job of just getting his ball on the car. Even though he's only been credited with a few actual official saves, there's so much going on in a game of Rocket League that your game does not necessarily actively credit you for. And right now he's just doing an incredible job of being somebody that Hellhounds has to account for.
He is definitely not one that you can count out. boywunder gonna see there. boywunder taking that one downfield, gets interrupted by Dooober. That bump absolutely saved them a goal there.
Yeah, just barely able to get the ball on that one. Right now, you see a lot of setup going on. A minute left in regulation, and Hellhounds are looking incredible right now. This might be their redemption. They might be looking at a tight series if Sloths doesn't start playing a lot more like themselves.
boywunder going to look to do everything he can to prevent that, though. He's been an absolute menace in this series, and there's another one going in. boywunder, 752 points so far. 2 goals, 2 assists, 3 saves. What a menace.
He has sure picked a great time to step up, and I do think the swap out with Motion Aqua has been merited. He's not in this play, but you've noticed that the team seems to be playing differently with him on this pitch.
A lot more confidence coming out of that Hellhounds lineup with him on the field for sure.
Oh, another shot already. Doesn't go in, but Motion Aqua goes for it. boywunder doesn't quite get the ball away. 20 seconds to get 3 goals is a tall order for any team, even the pros. And right now, Sloths are looking at tying up with a team they should, on paper, have squashed like bugs. boywunder going for another one for good measure. Sends it to daysil, who can't get it. Motion Aqua, there's no one to pass to. A beautiful infield pass that doesn't have a recipient, and we don't have a winner on the series because Hellhounds keeps it equal.
The presence of mind to strike back after those 2 losses. What a way to stay in the game. boywunder, absolute menace in that game 3. 2 cycles there, 6 shots, 3 saves, 2 assists, 2 goals. The man was an army. And you know, you were saying in that previous series how important it is to have that solid third man in your field. I feel like that's what Motion Aqua brought to the team for Hellhounds here. He was always in the right spot. He was always in that back, and that just gave them a lot more confidence to do what they needed to do.
That's exactly what I think was going on, and you notice boywunder's pitch sense leveling up, his ability to get on the ball, his awareness of setting up opportunities. We saw that one goal he set up by simply refusing to abandon the play. knocks the shot in position, and that is exactly what we're looking for here. But there might not be any interviews or MVPs on a 2-2 draw, but Hellhounds should be feeling damned proud of themselves, pun intended. And don't forget, everybody, next stream on Sunday, 9 p.m., we have a rival matchup. Mining Legion from Dwarf Haven, one of the harder charging, harder playing franchises in all of RSC, against Venom Labs Gaboons. And for anyone who wants to get on stream still, we have the 9:45 p.m. slot available. So get on that if you like the idea of being commentated by our dulcet tones in front of about 50 or so raving Rocket League fans. I've been K-Vox, this has been Beast, and thank you very much for tuning in to another night of RSC action. We'll see you on Sunday.